I'd like to dedicate tonight's special shiur לרפואה שלמה for excuse me. Simi bat Yimna. רפואה שלמה, I want to wish her רפואה שלמה, and also for Elisha bat Sheva bat Rivka, and Gabriel Nomi bat Lea Malka, and for my mom Tikva Ojni bat Rotem. תל נא רפואה נא להם, רפואת הנפש, רפואת הגוף, ורפואה קרובה לבוא.
Amen.
Okay, so tonight's shiur Parashat Emor. Emor el Kohanim. So let's look at the first of this week's parasha. So this week's Parasha Emor is actually Parasha in England. But for us in Israel, it's actually Parashat Behar. So we're going to do a chidush from Parashat Emor, and then we're going to say a little chidush on Pirkei Avot. Is everybody with me?
Yes, Rabbi.
Yes, sir. Omar. Can you put your camera on? It'll be nice to see you. So the first pasuk in Parashat Emor, Vayomer, thank you. Oh, nice to see that, Omar. Vayomer Hashem el Moshe, Emor al Kohanim. Bnei Aaron, va'amart alehem lenefesh lo yitama ba'amav. Hashem says to Moshe, Emor al Kohanim. What is Emor al Kohanim? What does that mean? Emor al Kohanim. Or we can't hear you more.
Sorry. אמור ואמרת להזהיר גדולים על הקטנים.
Were you reading from Rashi?
Yes. It's not
no, very good. But what does the pasuk mean? Emor el Kohanim. What's the translation?
Speak to the Kohanim.
Okay, say to the Kohanim. Bnei Aaron va'amarta lehem. What does it mean va'amarta lehem?
Tell them or speak to them. How do you translate to English?
Va'amarta lehem. And say to them.
Yeah. The lehem is written like there is no space.
Va'amarta lehem, and say to them. So it's something very unusual in this pasuk. Amor el Kohanim means say to the Kohanim, and this is again va'amarta lehem. Emor va'amarta. So Rashi straight away points out this point, and he says, here we're talking about the whole halachot of the Tfuma. A very important halachot of the Tahara of a Kohen. Kohen has got a special halachot that he needs to, they can't be metameh like a normal person, a normal Yisrael, a normal Yehudi. And one of the halachot is not allowed to go into Bet HaKvarot, Kohanim not allowed to go to Bet HaKvarot, or also sometimes you have to be careful when they go into a hospital. Even if there's bones of dead people, parts of bones. Sometimes in hospital, the medical students, they study skulls or they have that. The Kohanim can't go inside there. So here we're talking about the parasha. And Hashem says to Moshe, you have to tell the Kohanim, Amor el Kohanim, and it says again, Va'amart alehem. So Rashi asks the question, why does it say twice, Emor el Kohanim, Va'amart el Kohanim? Now, is that an interesting question? No.
Mm-hmm.
You think it is interesting? Well, what's it got to do? Now you realize how important the Torah is. And we see it's got very important lessons, right? Even though, Mo, you're not a Kohen, I'm not a Kohen. I don't know if anyone listening to the shiur is a Kohen. But it's a very important message for everybody. All of Am Yisrael, and even nowadays. And we're going to see why. Very important lesson. Rashi says, Amor la Kohanim, Amor v'amarta lahir gedolim al haktanim. What does that mean?
It's the same for small and big.
Small and big what? Big and small what?
איך אומרים? הלכות?
הלכות. But what's גדולים mean? What is גדולים על קטנים?
I think it's about like the level of the person, no?
Okay, so I'm telling you, Rashi over here is talking about education.
Yeah, like sorry, this is what I meant. Like the
In this year,
level,
we're
like
talking about education. להזהיר הגדולים על הקטנים. אמור ואמרת means you tell the Kohanim that they tell their children. אמור לKohanim, אמור ואמרת. You should say and they should pass over. There's two sayings. אמור ואמרת over here. להזהיר גדולים על הקטנים. That's telling you in this halacha, when you're teaching the adults of the Kohanim, Moshe Rabbeinu, you have to tell them to teach the children. Now here we learn a very important lesson in education, right? Now everyone has children, Baruch Hashem, and everyone wants to know, how you want to have good children, how do you educate them? Now, this is a very important message, and listen carefully. This is going to be mind-opening. Rashi says that you have to teach the children of the Kohanim. That even the children of the Kohanim have to be careful with Tumah B'Tahara. That they can't go into the Bet HaKvarot, they can't go to a place, even walking next to a Bet HaKvarot, but if there's trees which are hanging over the tree, has ohel, of the Tumat ohel, there's a Tumah which is under the trees, and you can't even walk underneath if there's a Kohen. The special footpaths that you need to go when you're going through it. So the question is over here, why does the Torah tell us that this education of the children in this parasha of the Kohanim, of the Tumah B'Tahara? Every mitzvah in the Torah, we have to teach our children. Okay, Shabbat, you have to teach your children. You don't start keeping mitzvot when you're bar mitzvah. When you're already a child, Gil Chinuch, all the mitzvot you keep. Basar v'chalav, you keep mitzvot of Shabbat. You teach them about tzitzit. You teach them about tefillin. So why does Rashi point out over here that in this pasuk, the Torah says, Emor v'amarta, להזהיר גדולים על הקטנים? It's an interesting question. So, Gilad, do you have a suggestion for us? Or Meir, is he still with us? Yeah, please. No suggestions. Okay. So I'm going to continue. I'm going to share with you. This is what I remember this from Avot in Yeshiva. He says, here the Kohanim is a special halacha. And the children, children see the world very simply. Black and white. There's good people, there's bad people. Yeah, to find the gray area in between, that takes, life experience. As you grow older, you realize, there's even good people who have bad parts to them, or even bad people have good parts to them. And there's not everything is gray and black, white and black. And things are different. And when you're telling the children, you're teaching them, okay, we are Jewish people, and there's non-Jewish people. So a non-Jew, he drives a car on Shabbat. We Jewish people, we walk to Bet Knesset on Shabbat. Okay? So we make a bracha when we eat, they don't make a bracha when we eat. But what happens when you teach a child, listen, you're a Jew, but you're a Kohen. And even though your friend is a Jew, and your friend is Israel, and he can go play in the park, which is next to the Bet HaKvarot, but you can't play because you're a Kohen. So how is the child going to understand that? Why am I different to him? How am I going to explain to him that he's different? And him who says you have to explain to your child, Emor v'amarta. You are a Kohen. You are Kadosh. You are more than Israel. You have to be careful because you're going to be different. And this is when you're educating a child, it's very difficult for a child to grasp, why is he different to other people? You can understand that. And l'lazhir gedolim al ktanim. Tell them, you are different. Even though you're a Kohen, you have to know that you're different. And I remember in Yeshiva telling us, he said, even on Am Yisrael, there's different levels of Yehudim. Yeah, there's Yehudi, he walks around with a Magen David, that's his Yehudi. Yeah. There's Yehudi, he comes to Bet Knesset, maybe Kippur, maybe comes Chagim. But there's a Yehudi which is a Ben Torah. That he means his life is Torah. He learns Torah every day, he comes to Shiur. His life is Torah, Ben Torah. And his children, he raises them in the way of Torah. And the way he raises the children is different to other people. So he says, how come he's allowed to do it and I'm not? You have to teach them. Amor v'amarta. See, you're not the same. We are Ben Torah. We are Bnei Torah. We are on a high level. We are representing HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We're here for Kiddush Hashem. So there was one message we learned from Rashi. And I want to share with you a beautiful idea, also based on this Rashi in a different accent. And this is relevant to every person, nowadays as well. And I especially asked everyone today, this evening, the same question. And everyone gave me the good answer, which I wanted. The Shem Shmuel, he says, you know why he says V'amor v'amarta? Because you have to say it twice. when you tell somebody twice, you have to tell the Kohanim because something is very important, right? If I ask you something, I need you a favor, yeah, Maor, and I said, please, it's very important, don't forget, yeah? You won't forget. I say twice because it's important. If something is important, you repeat it. Why? Because it goes in more. It's more relevant. It's more important. So it says here, the whole pasuk of the Kohanim is talking about the Torah of the Kohanim. It's very important, the Torah. They have to appreciate that it's important. So you repeated it twice. Emor ve'amarta. Now you can ask me what? Kohanim. These are Kohanim Kedoshim. The whole life is Avodat Hashem, Avodat HaMishkan, Avodat HaMikdash. The Yirat Shamayim. Tell them you have to keep away from Tumah. Of course they will do it. He says, no, even the Kohen HaGadol, Lazir Gdolim al Ketanim, everyone is the same. Even a Gadol and a Ketan. When it comes to accepting a new halakha, why? It's not allowed. I'm not allowed to go there. You have to tell them twice. And another explanation is Lazir Gdolim al Ketanim, that even the great people have to be careful. Agdolim al Ketanim, on small things. Because sometimes even a small thing, if you're not careful with the small thing, it can lead to a big thing. That's how the Yetzirah works. The Yetzirah catches you on a small thing, just a little bit, and then it gets bigger. Now I want to show you a beautiful message. This is a beautiful idea from the Hasidic source, and now we're going into the Hasidic world in the Shiur, this part. Beautiful, beautiful explanation. And what does it mean? Emor ve'amarta. And this is even if you're not a Kohen. It says Hashem Shmuel. You know why you're repeating it, the Torah twice? Emor ve'amarta. Because Divrei Torah have Kedusha. And when you say the Kedusha twice, it's easier to accept it. It's easy to accept. Sometimes it's difficult to say, okay, you're not allowed to do this on Shabbat. Why you're not allowed? You repeat it again, and that brings the Kedusha, it brings the Shekhinah. And once you bring the Shekhinah on a person, it's easier to accept it. So when you're telling the Kohanim, you're not allowed to go into Bet HaKvarot, you're not allowed to go into a hospital, you have to be careful where you're walking. If you repeat it twice, then that Shekhinah rests on them. Sorry? It brings Kedusha, because the Divrei Torah brings Kedusha to a person. Once a person has more Kedusha, he has more Torah, he's Yav Yirat Shamayim, he can accept more halachot and he can accept more Torah. He says that's why the Shem Shul says you have to say it twice. Now I'm going to tell you a beautiful story from the Baal Toldot Yosef. Baal Toldot Yosef was one of the Hasidic rabbis, and he was one of the Talmidim of the Baal Shem Tov. Okay, you heard of the Baal Shem Tov, very famous. And came to him one man, and he was sitting on the floor. Sitting on the floor. So he's walking, he comes into the house, this Baal Toldot Yosef was a tzaddik, and he sees a man who's a stranger, a guest, and he's on the floor, and he says, he's sitting at me, says to him, hello, how are you? No, it's a nice greeting. Hello, how are you? It's a nice thing to say. And what was his response? Oh, what do you care how I am? You know, I'm just saying hello. Why do you say that? And he says to him, you know why? I'm going to explain to you. Because you're a Jew. And when you say a Jew, you ask him. And he says, it says in the pasuk in Chazal, V'ata kadosh, Yoshev tehilot Yisrael. It says by HaKadosh Baruch Hu in Chazal 2 places where Hashem says Yoshev. When is Hashem Yoshev? Sitting on the floor. I see sitting in front. I'm asking, how are you? When Hashem sits, there's 2 things that he does. One time is Ata Kadosh Yoshev Tehilot Yisrael, and one time is Ata Kadosh Hashem Yoshev Al Kisei Rachamim. Hashem is Yoshev Al Kisei Rachamim. That's what Hashem does. He brings Rachamim to the world. When does that happen? V'ata kadosh Yoshev Tehilot Yisrael. You know what it means, Yoshev Tehilot Yisrael? So I'll read you the Midrash. Midrash Rabbi in Parashat Bereshit, Parashat Memchet. Rabbi Chanina says, Al kol shvach v'shvach sheYisrael meshabchim lakadosh Baruch Hu. Every time that a Jew is meshabeach HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he says Baruch Hashem, he says Yishtabach Shemo, Mashre Shechinato Alehem. Hashem rests His presence, His Shechina on them. V'ma atam, v'ata kadosh Yoshev Tehilot Yisrael. If somebody asks you, how are you? You say Baruch Hashem. What happens when you say the word Baruch Hashem? The Shechina rests on that person. He says, that's when you say Baruch Hashem, Yishtabach Shemo. That's you praising HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's the Shevach Yisrael Meshachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So somebody asks, he says, you know, how are you? What do you want to know? You want to know how I really am, or you just want me to say Baruch Hashem? No, say Baruch Hashem, then you'll feel good. Then the Shekhinah will be with you. That is the correct answer. And that was my first question to everybody today. I said, Meir, how are you? He said, oh, Baruch Hashem. I said, oh, how are you? He said, well, Baruch Hashem, good, thank you. I asked Gilad, I said, how are you? Baruch Hashem. This is how a Jew speaks. When a Jew says Baruch Hashem, you think that's just say, yeah, I'm fine, thank you? That's no, I'm fine, thank you. Even if a goy says, how are you? You say, yeah, Baruch Hashem, I'm good, thank you. Because you are Yisrael. When you open your mouth, there is when Hashem is come, and that's why it says, V'ata kadosh, Yoshev tehilot Yisrael. Kol shevach v'shevach sheYisrael meshabchim takadosh baruch hu. These are the magic words here. So this is how you approach. This is how you say someone. When you say that, you bring bracha to yourself. You feel good. Doesn't matter how you feel. Just say the words Baruch Hashem, Yishtabach Shemo. That already you have. If you don't want to say it twice, repeat it. Say again. Emor va'amarta. Say again the words, and you have more bracha. This is bringing bracha to yourself. Baruch Hashem, Yishtabach Shemo. And it's really, that is true. That is the truth. Hashem is atov ve'ametiv, and we can recognize it. And the more we say, the more we live with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Now, I'm going to share with you, it's just a mind-blowing story. And we'll see how we're doing for time. Okay, we've got a bit of time. Maybe we'll do a little bit of Pirkei Avot. Let me just think. I'm going to leave the story for the end. Okay? We're going to do Mishnah and Pirkei Avot. Eizu mechabed. Eizu mechubad. What does it mean, Eizu mechubad?
Who is the one that is respectable?
Oh, respectable. So very good. Thank you, Gilad, for that. So mechubad in Hebrew is a few different words in English, because it could be respectable or respected, or it can also mean honorable. Honorable. Who is the honorable? Eizu mechubad. So, what does the Mishnah say? Eizu mechubad. Who is Baki in Pirkei Avot? No?
מכבד אחרים.
המכבד את הבריות. That means who is the one respectable person? The one who respects others. המכבד את הבריות. Very good, Mo. Now who knows the rest of the Mishnah? שנאמר. No? שנאמר, כי מכבדי אכבד ובוזי יקלו. What does that mean? I will respect those who respect me, and those who despise me, I will destroy them. Now let's just study the Mishnah again. What does it mean? Eizo mechubad, who's the respectable, honorable person? Everyone wants to be respected. Especially the older you get, the more you need respect. The older people, there's a fact halacha. In fact, it's a pasuk in the Torah, you have to stand up for an old man. Midaraita from the age of 70, but midarabanan even from the age of 60, you stand up for him to give him the kavod. He needs the kavod. If you ever see an old man saying, "Oh no, it's not about the kavod. It's just about the kavod." That's what old man needs. Old man needs kavod and zalachah for him. We should respect him, even if he's not a Talmid Chacham. Simple man is over the age of 60. You should really respect him. Just for having lived the life for so long, there's a respect. So, what does it make you respectable? Eizu mechubad mechabed et haberiyot. Now, how do you understand that? What's it got to do with the pasuk ki mechabdai achabed? What does it mean, ki mechabdai achabed? Just translate.
The ones who honor me, I'll honor them, or the one who respects me, I'll respect them.
Whoever respects me and honors me, I will honor them. Now, how does you connect the pasuk with the Mishnah? The Mishnah says, who is the honorable person? Who's the respectable person? The one who respects other people. Ha-mechabed et haberiyot. What's that got to do with the pasuk? Ki mechabdai achabed. If you respect me, that means Hashem. I will make you respectable if you respect me. So what's that got to do with mechabed et haberiyot, respecting?
So I think that מי שדעת הבריות נוחה עמו, דעת המקום נוחה עמנו. That's one thing to say. And the second is...
Very good. One second, Gilad. Is the question clear to everyone? Mo, is the question clear?
How these two are connected, yes.
Who's with me?
Oh, the question is clear, but I couldn't hear what Gilad said.
Okay, but the question is clear. How is it respecting people? That's got to do with respecting Hashem. So Gilad said one very good point, and it's actually a very beautiful point. Gilad, Do you want to repeat again?
So מי שדת הבריות נוחה איתו, דת המקום נוחה עמנו. I don't remember the exact pasuk, but so which means that the one that his surrounding, so the people around him, the people he's engaged with, happy with, so Hashem is happy with him as well. He's comfortable with him as well.
זה אהוב למקום, אהוב לבריות.
But which is the opposite, actually.
Okay, but that's good. Okay, what else can you say?
So I think that, if you think of Parasha Kedoshim, that to be holy, actually most of the Parasha is Ben Adam Lechavero, and not Ben Adam Lamakom.
Absolutely.
So actually, in order to be Kadosh, actually most of your work is between you and your environment, right?
Man is created in the image of God. It says, Kutse Yisrael, Kutse Buricho veYisrael Chadu. That means Oraita, which means the Torah. The Torah. And Am Yisrael, which is every person in Am Yisrael, veKutse Buricho Chadu. That means when you respect the Torah and you respect Israel, you respect the Kadosh Baruch Hu. Ki mechavdai achabed. You respect me, you respect my people. You respect my. And when you show respect to the creations and you show respect to the Torah, respecting me as well. That's mechabdai achabed. So I'll respect you. So that's why Ezra mechubad, mechabed et haberiot. So if we go with the rule which the Zohar Kadosh says, Kutcha barichu veYisrael ve'orai tachad. The Torah Kadosh Baruch Hu, Israel is one. So how do you respect Hashem? People were created by Hashem, then you're respecting Hashem. So that's when you are respected by. Now I'm going to say a story of the Chafetz Chaim. This is a very famous story of the Chafetz Chaim. There was the Chafetz Chaim was once invited for Shabbat by one of his Talmidim. Oh, so very nice. That's also part of it when you're respecting the image. Let me just give you an example. Okay, if you respect, right? So man is made in the image of God, right? So what's the image? Imagine you've got a statue of the Queen or the statue of the President. Okay, and so somebody walks past the statue, right, and spits on the statue. Okay, the policeman's going to take him and arrest him. I think there was in the Saudi Arabia, and there's a law you're not allowed to step on the money. You're stepping on the money. You're stepping on the image of the president. You get arrested for it. You have to treat it with respect because it's got the picture of God in it. So when you respect another human being, you're respecting someone who's in the image of Hashem and created in the image of Hashem. So mechabed et habriyot is mechabed HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Okay, so the Chafetz Chaim, he was once invited for Shabbat to one of his Talmidim. I can imagine if Chafetz Chaim is in your house, you'd be very excited now. What Shabbat you're going to have? So you're going to give him the best Shabbat, you're going to say Divrei Torah, you're going to sing some Zemirot. And he was very excited for Shabbat. Okay, so he bought the best fish, the best meat. So he's going to make such a nice Shabbat. He invited a lot of guests. And in the kitchen was working. He was a rich guy, and he had a lady working in the kitchen. Now, who was it? Those times, a lady was almana. So, if she was a widow, she didn't know where to support herself. What can she do, the lady? So she knows how to cook. So she used to find a rich man, and she said, "I'll be the cook." And this widow almana, she was the cook in this rich man's house, and she made the food for the Shabbat. And she was there in the kitchen. And she was cooking, and the Chafetz Chaim, he said away, he did Shalom Aleichem, did Kiddush, and then straight away he said, okay, let's bring out the fish. And bring out the first course. So he says, okay, please bring out the first course. This thing's a bit strange. What the rabbi Chafetz Chaim is kadosh. He's asking for food, but okay, if you want to have it, let's give it to him. Then he says, okay, he sings one song, Zmirot, and he says, okay, is there another course? Bring out another course. He says, oh, maybe he's hungry today, Chafetz Chaim. You want to? He asked everyone to bring out the other course. So they brought out the other course. And then he said, okay, let's say Dvar Torah. He said a short, 2 short Dvar Torah. And then he said, is there a main course? Bring out the main course. Bring out the main course, and the Chafetz Chaim is eating quickly. And he didn't already start the Su'udah, he's already finishing the food. He did one song, one quick Dvar Torah. And he says, is any dessert? Bring out the dessert. And the whole meal was over in like an hour and a half. The whole meal was over. Bikat Hamazon, and he's finished. Now the guy is thinking like he's going to spend with the Chafetz Chaim, 3 hours in the meal. You're going to do a darasha. At least 1 hour shiur between each course meal and sing mizmirot, kedusha. He's a bit surprised, he's shocked. But, if the Chafetz Chaim finished, he's finished. So he says, the Chafetz Chaim to this host, please, I want to say thank you to the cook. Please, can you bring out the cook? So he says, okay, there's a lady in the kitchen. He called her up. And he says, excuse me, lady, I want to thank you for the food. Really, everything was very delicious, and we enjoyed it, and it was a beautiful Shabbat, and it really made us very happy. Thank you so much. And I would just like to apologize. And he says, what would you like to apologize for? He says, look, I apologize. I made you work very hard, very fast, very quickly. Usually you have time to rest in between the courses. And I made you dish out one course and another course and straight away another course, and didn't have time to take a break in between each course. And I really apologize for making you rush and making you work extra hard. And what was her response? She says, Rabbi, I wish you would do that every week. You don't understand. Usually here on Friday night, and I'm here for 2 or 3 hours or 4 hours sometimes. And I have little children who are waiting for me at home, and they don't have anyone to make for them kiddush. And I'm here serving the rich man and all his guests. And now, thanks to you, this is the best. I'm going home early after 1 hour. My children can make kiddush with them, kiddush that Shabbat. Thank you so much. I wish you come every week. And she was so happy. And the rich man, he understood why the Chafetz Chaim was rushing so much. And he felt a little bit embarrassed, because he realized he's enjoying himself, and he's having a fun time relaxing, but on the expense of who? Who has to pay for his enjoyment? So he says, this is the Mechabed Abriot. Chafetz Chaim, he was very careful. He says, listen, you have to think about it. Who's in the kitchen waiting? What's the cost of it? It's the sensitivity of the Gedolei Olam. I want to share with you another story. There was Avi Ben came to Rabbi Yashiv. And Rabbi Yashiv was the greats of the generation, being halachic posek. And he said, listen, I have a machloket, me and my wife. I said, what machloket? You should be happy. You have a son. It's a tzacham simcha, Avi Ben. He said, yeah, you don't understand. I don't even want to go to the Brit. I go, we were fighting about the name. I want to give my child the name Yonatan. Let's say that was the name. He says, okay, Yonatan's a beautiful name. He says, yeah, but my wife, she doesn't want to have that name. And we're fighting about this the whole time. And we agreed that we're going to come to the Rav Elyashiv, and whatever Rav Elyashiv says, we're going to do. He says, okay, what's the problem? He says, my wife doesn't want the name. I said, why not? It's a beautiful name. He says, there was a lady in the building, and she had a child, a young child, with the same name, Yonatan, in the building. And this child, he has an accident, and then he died. He died at a young age. And my wife doesn't want him to have the name of this child that died at a young age. So, but I said to her, listen, it doesn't matter. It's a different child. It's a common name, Yonatan. There's a million Yonatans in the world. Not all the Yonatans die young. We're not naming after this person that died young. We're just calling him Yonatan. What? You know how to call your son Yonatan? There's always a child with every name that died young, but it doesn't make a difference. You don't have to pay attention to that. And I said to her, I'm going to go to Rabbi, and I'm going to prove to you that it doesn't make a difference, and you can call him any name that you want. So I said to Rabbi, is it true that we can call him Yonatan? And Rabbi turned around and he says, no, don't call him Yonatan, find another name. And he was shocked. He came home. He told his wife, listen, the rabbi said not to call him Yonatan, call him another name. And it was really bothering him. Why can't he call him that? What's wrong with calling him Yonatan? What's calling the name? So what for a child, one person in the world died with that name when he died young? It's not a reason not to call him. And it was really important for him. He wanted a name after his grandfather or something, which was Yonatan. But he listened to Rabbi Yashiv. And after a few days, it was bothering him. And he came back to Rabbi Yashiv. And he says, forgive me, Rabbi, I did what you said, but please can you explain to me why did you feel that was so important? And Rabbi Yashiv said to him, listen, you have a lady in the building which had a son, and then he died, and it was the name of Yonatan. Now your son now is a baby, but he's going to grow up, and he's going to be a child, and he's going to play outside. Children like to play outside. He's going to take his ball, he's going to play outside on his bike, and his mother is going to call him in to come home for dinner. She's going to call out the window, and she say, Yonatan, come home for dinner. Yonatan, come home. And when she calls your son, Yonatan, to come home, and the neighbor from upstairs, she's going to listen, and she's going to hear the neighbor in the building, and she's going to hear Yonatan, come home. And she's going to remember her son that was called Yonatan, and she can't call him home because he died. It's going to cause her pain. It's going to distress her. How's she going to feel about that? So that's the reason I said not to call her Yonatan. Because of the feelings of the other lady in the building. That's kol ha-mechabedet habriyot. That's respecting other people. Having respect for other people, for that is how you respect HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And that's how you become respected. So see the Gedolei Yisrael, the Chafetz Chaim, how they talk about the feelings of other people. However, the Shiva, he talks about the feelings of the neighbor of the Shekhanah, because maybe one time in the future he's going to hear somebody calling Shalom. Yeah, but that's sensitivity that the Torah tells. And see, we got a few minutes. We're going to end off with another beautiful idea from Chaim Shmulevitz. Chaim Shmulevitz, he says, you know what it means? Mechabdai achabed. He said there is a Gemara, and the Gemara tells us really it's a pasuk. He says Adam la'amal yulad. What does that mean, Adam la'amal yulad?
Born to work.
Translation, anybody? Again?
Born to work.
Yulad is born. Work doesn't just mean to work, go to work. It means to work hard, to toil, to work hard, to put effort into it. That's what you're born for. Adam la'amal yulad. So the pasuk in Yov, ki Adam pasuk in Yov. Now the Gemara says nefesh amel amala lo. You heard of the Gemara before? Nefesh amel amala lo. That means nefesh, a person who toils, who works hard. Amala lo works for him. What does that mean? You work hard in school, you do well in school. You work hard at work, you do well at work. You work hard on your marriage, you have a good marriage. You work hard for your children, you get good children. Nefesh amala amala lo. You put effort into something, the more you put effort into it, the more you get out of it. Says the Gemara, nefesh amel bedivrei Torah. What does it mean, nefesh amel bedivrei Torah? Nefesh amel bedivrei Torah. What does that mean? Somebody who works hard to understand divrei Torah. You're listening to a shiur. Does it make sense? No, I'm going to try and understand that. Maybe I can find a question. Maybe I can find the answer. Or studying a Chumash, studying the Gemara, studying any part of Torah. Nefesh amal bet-Torah, ha-Torah omelet lo. The Torah works for you. What does it mean the Torah works for you? Listen to this Gemara. Nefesh amel b'divrei Torah, ha-Torah omelet lo b'makom acher. The Torah works for you in another place. Now, I'm going to tell you Rashi's Pirush and a Pirush from Rabbi Chaim Shmulevitz. Rashi says a Pirush. פירוש רש"י, שהיא מסייעת להרבנו. שהיא מסייעת להבינו ולעמוד על עומק דבריה. Rashi says that the Torah, it helps you to understand something. It helps you to understand something on a different level, on a deeper level. When you're studying one part of the Torah, then the Torah helps you to understand something else. So you can be learning Ilchot Shabbat, and then another time you'll be learning Baba Mitzvah, and one part of the Torah helps you to learn another part of the Torah. That's An-Na'amal B'Divrei Torah Omenet Lo B'Makom Acher. It says Rabbi Chaim Shmulevitz, it's a beautiful idea. He says the Torah is that's the secrets to the creation. Torah is Kol HaBracha in the Torah. He said if you are Amal in the Torah, you will have bracha in your life on another area. And he says, you know why? Because of the pasuk Ki Machabdai Achabed. Because you're respecting the Torah. He says, a person, you're going to work hard only for something that you think is important. Isn't that right, Maor? Are you going to work hard for something that's not important? You're going to work hard for something that's not important? No. If it's important to you, you're going to work for it. If it's important.
רצונך רצונו, שיעשה רצון אחר רצונך.
רצון אחר כרצונך. But here the Rabbi Chaim Shmulevitz says a beautiful idea. He said you're only going to do something and toil and amel on something which is important for you. If it's important for you to make money, you're going to work hard at it. If it's important for you to get an education, you're going to work hard at education. If it's important in your marriage, it's important to look after your health. You're going to work hard looking after your health, working in a gym, running, taking care. It's important. You're going to do it. If it's not important, you're not going to do it. He said, if it's important for you to learn Torah, you're going to make the effort to learn Torah. You're going to put the effort. If it's not important for you, you're not going to do it. So someone who makes the effort and is amel in learning the Torah, what does that show? That shows that Torah is important for him. That shows that he's respecting the Torah, that he honors the Torah, because he makes an effort for it. If you work hard for the Torah, then the Torah is going to work hard for you. Because you respect the Torah and you give it importance, then the Torah is going to pay you back. That's midah keneged midah. That's mechabdai achabed. I will respect you because you're respecting me. You're studying my Torah. This is what you're doing with your spare time. You got an extra few minutes. What are you going to do? You're going to open a sefer, you're going to open a shiur, listen to something because it's important. You respect me, I will look after you and I will respect you. That was a beautiful message from Chaim Shmulevitz. Mechabdai achabed. So we've got different explanations. Mechabdai achabed, mechabed dabariyot. We've got because he's respecting the Torah. And we see how much you have to be sensitive to other people, the Chofetz Chaim and the Rav Elyashiv. I remember the story from the Shemesh Shmuel that when you repeat something twice, it goes in more. It's easier to accept the Torah. And let's remember the message from the Baal Shem Tov and the Midrash. The Midrash which says that Rabbi Chanina, Kol Shevach v'Shevach sheYisrael meshapchim lakadosh Baruch Hu mashre Shechina aleim. V'ata kadosh Yoshev Tehilot Yisrael. When we say Baruch Hashem, Yishtabach Shemo, that brings the Ashrat HaShechina upon us. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the shiur tonight. I want to wish you all a Shabbat Shalom and a good night. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Rabbi. Shabbat Shalom. Good night.